At the beginning of the drama, we see the female lead, Su Fei, who was romancing her husband, Yan Wei-lun. The next morning, they wake up and, after freshening up, start to get changed. Then, Yan Wei-lun comes and starts making breakfast for them. Su Fei's daughter calls out to her from outside, "Daddy has made breakfast for you." Su Fei's daughter had a very good bond with her dad. They were like friends, and she was her dad's favorite. Dad makes her favorite breakfast and gives it to her, and Su Fei asks her, "Give me a bite too?" But she refuses. After breakfast, when Su Fei goes to get ready, she sees a sports bra in Yan Wei-lun's bag that wasn't hers. Su Fei asks Yan Wei-lun about it, and he explains, "I bought this new product for you. You try it on. It will look good on you." So Su Fei says, "This is not my size." After this, Su Fei gets ready and leaves for the office. On the way, a child comes in front of her car, so she suddenly applies the brakes. She gets out and approaches the child to check on him. And seeing his mom there, she starts yelling at her, "Why did you leave such a small child alone on the main road? What if something had happened to him?" So the child's mother starts arguing with Su Fei. "If something had happened to my child, it would have been your fault." So Su Fei says, "Let's check the CCTV footage, call the police, then we'll find out whose fault it is." Hearing their argument, Yan Wei-lun also arrives there and asks Su Fei, "What happened?" Su Fei tells him about the whole situation. Just then, the lady's child calls Yan Wei-lun uncle. But the lady quickly covers his mouth and tells him, "Be quiet." After this, she immediately takes her child and leaves. Su Fei is in the office working when the same lady whose son had just come in front of her car approaches her. She had come here for a job. Su Fei takes her CV and sees her name in it. Her name is An Ning, and she had come for a truck driver job. Their truck driver was on leave, so Su Fei tells her, "You can start work." Su Fei asks her, "When you are on the job, who will take care of your son? Where is he?" So An Ning tells her, "He is in kindergarten, and I will pick him up from there after my duty." An Ning starts looking at Su Fei's family photo there. She was looking at it very intently, so Su Fei feels a little strange. She sees that An Ning's flat was in the same building where she lives. But Su Fei is surprised to see this, thinking, An Ning works as a truck driver, so how can she afford such a luxurious flat? She even asks An Ning about this, and An Ning explains, "This is my friend's flat, where I am just staying for a few days." An Ning starts her work. When Su Fei comes to that department for some work, she sees that An Ning is lifting heavier weights than the men. She is quite surprised to see this. Even after completing her duty, she was helping others, but Su Fei forbids her from doing so. An Ning asks her, "If I do extra work, will I get extra money for it?" So Su Fei says, "Yes, of course you will." After work, Su Fei leaves with Yan Wei-lun. When they both get into the car, Su Fei smells a very strong fragrance in his car, which was definitely not her perfume. She asks Yan Wei-lun about it, and he explains, "I dropped a female client home." After seeing the bra, Su Fei was already a little suspicious. And now, after the perfume of someone else in the car, her suspicion becomes a little stronger. Then, they both go to a restaurant to eat. So Su Fei asks him, "Have you ever cheated on me?" Yan Wei-lun replies in a very funny way, "When there are so many beautiful girls around, sometimes the eyes just wander. But I have never been unfaithful to you in my heart." A little later, when Su Fei goes to the washroom, Yan Wei-lun starts talking to someone on the phone. While coming back, Su Fei overhears some of his conversation. So she comes and asks Yan Wei-lun, "Who were you calling, baby?" She had heard Yan Wei-lun say, "Baby, as long as you don't leave me, I will be with you." But Yan Wei-lun makes an excuse to her. "She is my colleague who is much older than me. That's why I talk like that to tease her." At night, when Su Fei comes back home with her daughter, she left her tablet in the car. She goes back to the car to get it and finds a cartoon keychain on the back seat. She remembers that in the morning she had seen a similar keychain attached to An Ning's bag, and she remembered An Ning's house number, so she immediately goes to meet her. There, An Ning's son opens the door. Su Fei asks him about his mom, and he says, "Mom has just gone out to throw the garbage." Su Fei had brought some snacks for him. She gives them to him. When he starts looking at them, Su Fei takes a piece of the keychain from An Ning's bag and keeps it with her. Just then, An Ning also arrives there and asks Su Fei, "What are you doing in my house at this hour?" So Su Fei explains, "I came to see your son to check if he is okay or not, and I had to tell you that tomorrow at 8 a.m. I need to go somewhere, so can you pick me up?" So An Ning replies, "At 8 o'clock I have to go somewhere." She refuses, and then Su Fei remembers that Yan Wei-lun had also mentioned going on a business trip at the same time tomorrow. She comes home and connects the piece of the keychain she took from An Ning's bag with the one she found in Yan Wei-lun's car, and it fits perfectly. Seeing this, Su Fei's suspicion turns into certainty. The next morning, Yan Wei-lun was getting ready to go to the office, and Su Fei was helping him. In between, she asks him, "If you want to tell me something, you can. It's not too late yet." But Yan Wei-lun just smiles and doesn't tell her anything. As soon as he leaves the house, Sufei starts following him secretly, but he was going on the right path. After that, she follows Ning and sees someone trying to kidnap her son. So she helps her and saves Ning's son from the kidnapper. And Ning thanks her for this. While talking to Ning's son, Sufei finds out that Yan Weilun had given his mom a lift, and there was another lady with them. She asks about his dad. Who is your dad? But he says, I don't have a daddy. This meant that Ning hadn't told him anything about his daddy. Ning asks her, are you getting a divorce? So Sufei asks, who told you this? Ning replies, I heard from the neighbors. They were talking about you getting a divorce. Actually, Yan Weilun's girlfriend, with whom he is cheating on Sufei, is Ning's friend. And her friend had told her, Yan Weilun is going to divorce his wife soon, and we will live together. On the other side, we see Yan Weilun romancing a girl named Dingman, and he is cheating on Sufei with her. Sufei comes out of the supermarket and sees Yan Weilun's car parked there. Yan Weilun is also there, so she asks him, weren't you supposed to go out of the city? Then what are you doing here? So Yan Weilun lies, I came to this art museum to get a gift for my client. Saying this, he leaves. After he leaves, Sufei calls the owner of the art museum, who was an investor in her company. She makes an excuse and gets his daughter Dingman's number, and then opens her profile to see it. She sees that Dingman was wearing the same sports bra that she found in Yan Weilun's bag. When Sufei is in the office, she finds out that Yan Weilun has withdrawn a very large amount of money from her account. Sufei is quite shocked to see this and immediately goes to his office to ask Yan Weilun about it. She asks him about it, and Yan Weilun says, I have invested in a project, but if I had asked you, you wouldn't have agreed to it. That's why I withdrew the money without asking you. Then Sufei asks him, who is Dingman? So Yan Weilun says, I don't know her. I just went to buy some paintings from her. And I only talked to her about that. So Sufei tells him, can you show me your chats? But he doesn't show her the chats and immediately calls Dingman saying, my wife wants to meet you. That's why tomorrow my wife and I will come to your art gallery to meet you. Dingman starts questioning him about this, but Sufei was standing right in front of him, so he doesn't give her any answer. And Sufei silently watches his drama. They both come home, and at night, Yan Weilun messages Dingman, requesting her, please handle the situation in front of my wife this time. She shouldn't find out about our affair. On the other side, we see Dingman, who is at a bar and drinking a lot, and she calls Ning to come there too. And Ning tells her, Yan Weilun is not divorced. He is married. But Dingman says, I know all this, and I don't care about any of these things. Meaning, for her, this was all just a game. But Ning gets very angry at her words and tells her, love is not a game. You should stay away from this. But Dingman doesn't listen to her. She is drinking even more. So Ning stops her and drinks herself instead. And then she takes her and drops her home. When she is returning from there, she notices that someone is following her on a bike. At first, she was walking normally, but then she starts running. But that person also speeds up his bike, and then Ning somehow stops him and starts beating him right there. The person takes off his helmet, and Ning realizes that this person is Su Luo, who takes care of her son in kindergarten. Su Luo tells her, you were going alone from here, so I was worried that someone might bother you. That's why I wanted to get you home safely without you knowing. So Ning says, if anyone tries to bother me, they will regret it. The way Ning had beaten Su Luo, he understood that yes, they would definitely regret it. Then he comes to drop Ning home. And there, he tells her, my sister's flat is also in this building. Then we see Sufei. She comes home drunk. So Yan Weilun starts taking off her shoes. Sufei asks him, if I ever cheat on you, what will you do to me? So Yan Weilun says very lovingly, I will forgive you and love you even more than before. He says, I know that we both love each other, so neither of us will cheat on the other. Then Sulo comes to her house. We find out that they are brother and sister. They are talking about something when they hear her son screaming from Ning's house. They both immediately go to her house, and her son, hearing Sufei's voice, immediately opens the door. He tells them, Mom is in the washroom, and she has locked it from the inside. They both try to open the door but can't, so Su Luo kicks the door open. And Ning is lying unconscious there. Sufei tries to bring her out. She had fainted there due to drinking. Sufei tells her, we came here after hearing her son's voice. And Ning thanks them. Then they both start to leave. But Ning stops Sufei. And after Su Luo leaves, she tells Sufei about Dingman and Yan Weilun's affair. Because Ning didn't feel it was right to keep her boss in the dark like this. Then the next day, Sufei goes with Yan Weilun to meet Dingman at her museum. Here she was behaving very well with Yan Weilun, as if there was a lot of love between them. Yan Weilun also wanted to make her believe with his words that his family is everything to him, and he can never cheat. There, to make Dingman jealous, Sufei kisses Yan Weilun in front of her. After this, when Sufei comes back from there, and Ning comes to her house to give her the rent for her flat and tells her, I am going to leave this flat in a few days. And Ning sees Yan Weilun outside the art gallery, grabs him by the collar, pulls him out, and threatens him. if you harm Su Fei and my friend Ding Man and don't stop cheating on Su Fei, I will make your life miserable. Su Fei's actions with Yan Weilun in front of Ding Man had made her very angry, so she comes all the way to his office to meet Yan Weilun. At this, Yan Weilun gets angry and tells her to stay away from his family, so Ding Man says, I can even go to your house. She asks, you said your relationship with your wife is not good, so what was all that you guys were doing yesterday? Yan Weilun starts explaining to her, she was just doing that to show you, otherwise, there's nothing like that. He starts persuading her, so Ding Man says, if you want to persuade me, then take me out of the city with you. Yan Weilun was going out of the city with his daughter for her competition, so he tells Ding Man, yes, I will take you with me too. Actually, Su Fei was supposed to go with him, but she had refused to go, so he agrees to take Ding Man with him. Su Fei is sitting worried in the office and hasn't had lunch. When Anning finds out about this, she brings her lunch. Su Fei tells her, I want to meet your friend Ding Man. Anning agrees to this and then goes to meet Ding Man. From her, she finds out that Ding Man is going out of the city with Yan Weilun. And Ning immediately informs Su Fei about this, so after her daughter leaves, she also follows them without telling them. Yan Weilun arrives there and is waiting to meet Ding Man, but just then, Su Fei arrives. Yan Weilun is absolutely shocked to see her. He pretends to be very happy in front of her, as if he is very happy that she came, but his nervousness was visible in his words. Then Su Fei goes to the office to meet her client, so Yan Weilun goes to Ding Man and tells her, you should leave from here because my wife has come here. But before that, Ding Man asks him, show me around. They both go for a walk, but they didn't know that Su Fei hadn't gone to her clients but was following them. Because she had gone to talk to a lawyer for a divorce, the lawyer had told her, keep proof of Yan Weilun's cheating, so that by showing the proof, you can prove that Yan Weilun is responsible for this divorce, and you can get back the money that Yan Weilun withdrew from your account. Su Fei secretly records a video of them. After that, she calls Yan Weilun and sends him to attend his daughter's debate ceremony. After he leaves, Su Fei goes to Ding Man and asks her, how long have you two been in a relationship? She replies, a full year. Su Fei asks, did you know he was married? She answers shamelessly, yes, I knew, because he never lied to me or hid anything. Ding Man says, he was bored of you, so if I hadn't come into his life, maybe someone else would have been in my place. We were just playing around in the beginning, but now we are in true love with each other. Hearing the talk of true love, Su Fei starts to laugh and tells her, men never truly love women like you. So Ding Man says, if he truly loved you, he would never have come to me. So you too, don't try to force yourself into his life. So Su Fei tells her, a person like him only suits you, so I am giving him a divorce. Because a person who cheats on me is like garbage to me, and I will leave the garbage for you. After talking to her, Su Fei comes to the beach. There, she remembers some moments spent with Yan Weilun, when they both had come to this same place for their honeymoon. But then she gets very angry about all these things, and takes off her wedding ring and throws it into the water. And then she calls Aning and starts talking to her, and she cries a lot. Aning tries to console her. He is not worthy of you. You shouldn't cry for him. Su Fei had understood this, but getting a divorce is a very big decision, and she was making it out of compulsion. Here we see Yan Weilun, who gets a message from Ding Man telling him, Su Fei has found out about us, and she is going to divorce you soon. Su Fei comes to Yan Weilun, and they both start watching their daughter's performance. After that, Su Fei goes to meet one of her clients. Yan Weilun thought that Su Fei was cheating on him just like he was, so he starts following her. Su Fei stops at a hotel room, and Yan Weilun also follows her there. Su Fei pretends to be upset in front of him. Yan Weilun says, you came here with your client, right? But Su Fei doesn't give any answer, so he goes inside and starts looking around the whole room. Seeing a man's dress lying on the bed, he is completely convinced that Su Fei is cheating on him. He gets very angry and starts choking Su Fei, asking her, tell me, who did you come here with? And who is in the washroom? So Su Fei starts reminding him of his own words. You said that if I ever cheat on you, you would forgive me. Then why don't you forgive me? Why don't you give me another chance? So Yan Weilun backtracks on his words, saying, no man can give a second chance to a wife who cheats on him. Hearing Su Fei's words, he goes towards the washroom, but just then, Ding Man comes out of the washroom, meaning it was Su Fei and Ding Man's plan. Ding Man tells Su Fei, weren't you going to divorce him? So Su Fei says, ask Yan Weilun if he wants the same thing. She tells Yan Weilun, divorce her and come with me. I will give you everything of mine. Su Fei also tells Yan Weilun, if you want to go with Ding Man, you can go. I won't stop you. We will meet directly in court. But Yan Weilun tells Ding Man, you leave from here, we will never meet again. Hearing this, Ding Man gets very angry and slaps him before leaving. After she leaves, Su Fei tells him, now everything is over between us. But Yan Weilun starts requesting her, please give me one chance. So Su Fei says, just now, you said that if a woman cheats, a man cannot give her another chance. So why do you think a woman can give a man another chance? Yan Weilun starts pleading a lot for her to please forgive him, but Su Fei absolutely does not forgive him and leaves from there. The next day, Su Fei tells Yan Weilun, we have to spend today with our daughter. Then they both go out together to spend quality time with their daughter. They click a lot of pictures there. But just then, Su Fei's phone falls into the water, so they go to get a new phone. Yan Weilun puts his phone's GPS in Su Fei's new phone so that her location is always known to him. He tells Su Fei about this and also gives her his phone's password, which was Su Fei's birth date. He tells her, you can check my phone whenever you want. But Su Fei tells him, I don't need it anymore. Then Su Fei comes back, packs her bag, and starts to leave, and asks her daughter to come with her. But Su Fei's daughter's bond with her was not good. She was her dad's favorite, so she refuses to go with her and says, I will stay with my daddy. When Su Fei starts forcing her to come with her, Yan Weilun explains to her, Mom has a surprise for you. So Su Fei tells him, don't lie to her. So Yan Weilun says, Mom has some work at the company. On his saying, she agrees to go with Su Fei. Yan Weilun tells her, don't tell her anything about this. So Su Fei says, I won't fight with you in front of my daughter. And Ning, after dropping Su Fei home, starts shifting her house stuff. But her son didn't want that. He wanted to stay in this house. But Su Lo tells him his story and praises the new house a lot, which makes him agree to shift to the new house. Then we see Su Fei, who comes home with her daughter. But her daughter gets angry at her and asks, are you getting a divorce from daddy? But I don't agree with this. Su Fei explains to her, when you grow up, you will start to understand these things, and then I will also tell you the reason. So don't be stubborn right now. But her daughter says, if you both get a divorce, I will leave you both and run away somewhere far. Saying this, she throws her teddy bear at Su Fei and leaves. Just then, Su Fei feels a sharp pain in her stomach and sits down right there. Then she somehow gets up and goes outside to look for her daughter, but when she doesn't see her anywhere, she gets very worried. Then Yan Weilun also comes back, and they both start looking for her. Even after searching everywhere, they couldn't find her anywhere. This makes both of them very worried. Then Yan Weilun remembers a favorite place of hers where they both go and find their daughter sitting there. This was Yan Weilun and his daughter's favorite place where they both used to come often without telling Su Fei. They ask her to come with them, but their daughter says, if you guys come near me, I will jump from here. So Yan Weilun starts explaining to her, there was just a misunderstanding between us, which has now been cleared, and now we are not getting a divorce. We are going to live together. But she wasn't believing them, so they both get very close to make her believe. Seeing this, her anger subsides, and then they bring her back home. But she is still very angry with Su Fei. Yan Weilun puts her to sleep properly and then starts to leave when she grabs his hand and asks him to stay with her. Seeing all this, Su Fei understands that their daughter will have to suffer a lot in their divorce. Seeing her condition, she decides to give Yan Weilun one more chance. But the next day, when Su Fei goes to the office, her neighbor sends her pictures of Yan Weilun and Dingman. And then, she calls her and asks, did you see the photos I just sent you? That's your husband who is cheating on you. But Su Fei denies it and says, that's not true, he is with me. Then we see Yan Weilun, who had come to meet Dingman. He tells her, I have come to break up with you. So Dingman tells him, if you leave me, I will marry someone else soon. But Yan Weilun didn't want that, so he cancels his decision to break up and comes back to her. Dingman also hugs him. After seeing the picture, Su Fei becomes very disturbed. When she comes home, Yan Weilun makes her favorite dishes. Seeing their normal behavior, their daughter is very happy. Then Su Fei tells her daughter, I will always keep you happy. So she says, as long as you and dad are together, I will always be happy. So Su Fei explains to her, Mom and Dad don't always stay together. You should find your real happiness within yourself. You should learn to love yourself, so don't do what you did yesterday again. After this, they all sit down and have dinner. After dinner, Su Fei asks Yan Weilun, where did you go today? So Yan Weilun says, I was at home all day today and went to the market to get some things for dinner. And then I came back and started preparing dinner for you. Hearing another one of his lies, she gets very upset. And then she tells him, 2 days from now is our 11th wedding anniversary, and I want you to invite all our friends and guests for it, because I want a big party. I don't want to trouble myself anymore and want to forget my bad times. Yan Weilun is very happy to hear her words. He thinks that Su Fei has now agreed to give him a second chance and has also forgiven him. Then we are shown the scene of their party where all their friends and colleagues have come. Everything was very good, and Yan Weilun is very happy. Their daughter was not at home yet. After all the relatives arrive, Yan Weilun praises Su Fei in front of everyone, remembering the time spent with her, then starts kissing Su Fei, but she moves back. And then Su Fei plays a video there in which photos of Yan Weilun and Dingman start playing, and everyone finds out that Yan Weilun is cheating on Su Fei with Dingman. Su Fei announces there, "I have thrown this party to tell you all that Yan Weilun and I are getting a divorce." Hearing this, Yan Weilun gets very angry at her and says to her, "What are you getting by creating this drama in front of everyone? Why are you insulting me? I even apologized to you. Then why did you do all this?" He says, "I was just flirting with Dingman. I only love you." Su Fei says, "I thought about giving you a chance, but you lied to me every time and cheated on me. That's why I don't believe your words anymore." Then she tells him, "Before my daughter comes, pack your things and get out of here." After being insulted in front of everyone, Yan Weilun leaves from there. But then Su Fei's health starts to deteriorate. She takes a test and finds out that she is pregnant. Then when her daughter comes back home, she starts asking, "Where has Dad gone?" So Su Fei tells her the truth. "He will never live with us again." So her daughter says, "But everything was fine between you two? Dad was doing so much for you, yet why didn't you forgive him?" Su Fei tries to explain to her, but she leaves without listening to her. Then we see Yan Weilun, who is sitting in one place. He had lost money in the project he had invested in. Because of all this, he is also very upset and is sitting outside drinking. Yan Weilun now had no house to live in, had suffered a loss in business, and his married life was also ruined, which he himself had done. So now he could do nothing but regret. Over there we see Su Fei. Her health was not good, so she was not able to do any work, and her daughter had to go to school without lunch. Su Fei starts giving her money so that she can eat something from the canteen, but she again starts talking about her daddy. "Everyone makes mistakes. You should forgive them and give them another chance." So Su Fei says, "I gave him a chance, but people like him never change." So she starts asking, what mistake did Dad make after all? But what could Su Fei tell her about this? She knows that even if she tells her, her daughter is not mature enough to understand these things. That's why she remains silent and starts crying after her daughter leaves. Yan Weilun receives a divorce letter from Su Fei's side at the office. He calls her, but her lawyer receives the call. Because Su Fei had transferred all calls from Yan Weilun to her lawyer. The lawyer tells Yan Weilun, "You will have to give $3 million to Su Fei," which he withdrew from her account for investment. Hearing this, he gets very worried because he had suffered a loss in the investment he had made, and now he had no money. Just then, he checks Dingman's profile and finds out that she is going abroad. A lady from Yan Weilun's office calls Dingman and tells her about Yan Weilun. His wife is going to divorce him. She sent divorce papers to the office today, and she is also going to take $3 million from him. Yan Weilun knew everything about this, but he still let Dingman's spy come to his office so that Dingman could also find out about this and help him in some way. Then we see Dingman's dad, who is the boss of Yan Weilun's company. A colleague from the company tells them, "Your daughter is having an affair with Yan Weilun." He goes to his house to talk about this. By then, Dingman had also heard about Yan Weilun's divorce and had canceled her plan to go abroad and had come back home. He gets very angry at Dingman over the affair and tells her to go abroad immediately. He says, "If you don't listen to me, you will not get a single penny from my property." Even after hearing this, Dingman is not affected. In fact, she even gives her credit card back to him and tells him, "My art museum is enough for me." Dingman is in a restaurant when Yan Weilun passes by, so Dingman comes to him. She starts asking him about the divorce. "Are you really divorcing your wife?" But he doesn't give her any answer to this and starts giving her his credit card, saying, "I heard you were going abroad. That's why I want to give you $3 million as a gift." So Dingman asks him, "Where did you get this money from?" He says, "I wanted to give you a gift, so I sold my car, but I didn't know I would find you here." Hearing this, Dingman was very shocked. Yan Weilun puts his credit card in her hand and leaves, telling her the password, which is her date of birth. Seeing this, Dingman gets very emotional and hugs him from behind. Then we are shown a flashback scene where Yan Weilun had seen Dingman sitting here from the building behind. That's why he had come here, so that he could bring her back into his life by creating an emotional connection. Next scene, Su Fei's daughter sees the divorce papers. Angry about this, she locks herself in her room. Then Su Fei tells all this to her brother, Su Luo, who somehow convinces her daughter to come out and then takes her for ice cream. In this struggling period of Su Fei's, her brother was helping her a lot. Then we see that Su Fei gets divorced. When she comes out from there, she sees Dingman, who was waiting for Yan Weilun there. Dingman says, "You are a loser." So Su Fei says, "No one becomes a loser by leaving such a relationship, because in my eyes, leaving a cheater is a victory." Just then, Yan Weilun also arrives there, and he leaves with Dingman, and Su Fei stands there, watching them go. After this, when she comes to her car to leave, she again feels a sharp pain in her stomach, due to which she falls right there. She tries very hard to get up and sits in the car. In the next scene, we see her in the hospital. where her surgery was going on, her baby could not be saved. And Ning stays with her in the hospital to take care of her, and she takes great care of Su Fei. And when Su Fei is discharged and comes home, and Ning also comes with her to take care of her. Going home, Su Fei starts remembering the things Ding Man said to her today, and how she saw Yan Weilun with Ding Man there. Remembering all this was causing her a lot of pain, so she drinks, opens the window, and lies down there. When Ning comes there, she gets very scared seeing her. She thought Su Fei was going to commit suicide, but Su Fei convinces her, "I went there for some fresh air." Su Fei tells her that she is not feeling well and is very tired. So Ning says, "If you are feeling bad, you shouldn't control your emotions. You can cry if you want." But Su Fei says, "I don't want to cry." But Ning explains to her, crying lightens the heart. So when the heart is heavy and you are not feeling well, we should cry over those problems. Hearing this, Su Fei also gets very emotional and can't control her tears anymore and starts crying. And while crying, she starts telling Ning about the moments spent with Yan Weilun. Hearing all this, Ning asks her, "Do you still love him?" To this, Su Fei replies in the affirmative and says, "When I regained consciousness in the hospital, the first name I took was Yan Weilun's. But then I remembered that we are not together anymore." Then she thanks Ning for staying with her and helping her. So Ning tells her, "I have gone through this pain, and like you, I was also alone at that time. That's why I can understand it well, and I will also support you." Then she gives Su Fei a ring, which makes Su Fei very happy. Then they both drink together for a long time and talk a lot. One of Su Fei's friends comes to her and tells her, "My husband is cheating on me," and asks her for help. Then Ning and Su Fei go with her and catch her husband red-handed. And they also make a video of him. Seeing all this, her husband starts hitting Su Fei's friend. So Ning teaches him a good lesson. And then they kick him out of the hotel. Now, seeing all this, Su Fei is very impressed with Ning's bravery, so she gives her the job of her assistant. Because she was also loyal to her and helped her, Su Fei trusted her the most. Su Fei had to go to the hospital with Ning for a checkup. There she calls her daughter, but she doesn't pick up the call. At this, Su Fei gets worried because it was time for her to come home from school, but she had not come home, and she was not picking up her call either. Then we see her daughter, who, after returning from school, sends Ning's son home and goes to meet Yan Weilun. She asks Yan Weilun, "Dad, did you make some mistake? Is that why Mom is divorcing you?" So he tells her, "Our divorce happened because we both made some mistakes. But I have forgiven your mom, but your mom is not forgiving me." Then we see Su Fei, who is searching for her daughter everywhere at home, and she is very worried. And just then, her daughter comes home, and then Ning remembers about her son, so she starts looking for him, but he was nowhere to be found. So they check the CCTV footage, and from that they find out that Ning's son has been kidnapped. Then Ning and Su Luo start looking for him. Just then, Ning gets a message. She is a little shocked to see it and then tells Su Luo, "My son is at his uncle's house, I will go there and pick him up." Su Luo says, "I will go with you," but she refuses and goes alone. And here we find out that Ning had received a message not from her son's uncle, but from her ex-husband, Pang Xin, and he had said, "Our son is with me, so you also come to me." And Ning immediately goes to Pang Xin's house, but her son was not there either. She asks Pang Xin about him, and she finds out that Pang Xin had received a message from someone. He had said, "Your son is with us. You can take him after giving 5 million. Her husband had called her to his place to talk about this, and the kidnapper had also called them to come alone. But Ning says, "We should call the police." But Pang Xin doesn't agree to this because it could endanger their son's life. And Ning asks him, "Can you arrange the money? If you can, I will return it all soon." So he says, "I will arrange the money." And he puts his hand on Ning's hand and tells her to relax, but Ning pulls her hand back. Pang Xin remembers that this might be the work of one of his clients with whom he has an enmity. He tries to call him, but the client doesn't pick up the call. After some time, he gets a call from the kidnapper, who tells him, "If you want your son back, don't call the police. And if you people do that, I will kill him." And Ning gets very worried hearing this and starts to leave. But he stops her and explains to her not to get too emotional. "Otherwise, our son could be harmed by this." Su Fei also finds out that Ning's son has been kidnapped. She calls Ning to talk about it. And Ning also tells her, yes, he has been kidnapped, and the kidnappers have demanded 5 million from them and have also told them not to call the police. Su Fei asks, "If you need any help, just tell me. We will solve the problem together." But Ning asks for some time from her because she was very scared. because even their smallest mistake could endanger her son. Pongshin takes the money to the kidnapper, but he says, "This is too little, I need the full 5 million. And Ning also arrives there and catches the kidnapper. There is a big fight between them, and by then, Su Fei arrives there with the police. The police catch the kidnapper, but in the meantime, Pongshin gets shot. So Ning goes with him to the hospital in the ambulance. The police find her child and bring him to Ning. Ning meets him and sends him home with Su Fei and Su Luo, and she herself stays in the hospital to take care of Pongshin. After some time, Su Fei brings food for her and asks her, "Who is the person who got shot?" But Ning is not telling her anything about it. So Su Fei says, "We are friends, and friends can share their things with each other. So you shouldn't hide anything from me either." But Ning was a little tense right now, so she remains silent. Then, the next day, Ning brings her son to meet his daddy, but she tells him he is your uncle. Pongshin and his son are talking, and Pongshin asks about his dad, so he says, "My dad has passed away." Pongshin tells Ning, "My dad is sick, so I want to let him meet his grandson once," but she refuses. Then when Su Fei comes to meet him, Pongshin asks for this favor from her and asks for her help. He tells her, "If you convince Ning, I will give my project to your company." The next day, Ning brings her son to meet his grandpa because he was sick. After meeting him, when they are going back, Pongshin comes to drop them off, and just then, Su Luo has also come to pick them up. Seeing Su Luo so happy with his son, Pongshin feels very bad. At night, Su Luo tells Ning, "You have to have dinner at my sister's house today." But Ning refuses and says, "Su Fei is fine now, so I shouldn't be with her all the time." But Su Luo says she is still not well, so we should be with her to take care of her mental health. But Su Luo was just making an excuse because he wanted to spend time with Ning on the pretext of his sister, and Ning was also understanding this, so she was repeatedly refusing him. She knew that Su Luo liked her, and that's why he always used to come to their house. Ning also doesn't stop him from coming to her house. Perhaps she also has feelings for Su Luo in her heart. Then we see Dingman, who tells her dad about Yan Wailun. Yan Wailun was called by her dad to meet him. But before that, he calls Yan Wailun to meet him personally. When he comes there, he first starts saying the very bad things to him. "You are a loser. You have no talent." And then he also offers him money, saying, "Leave, Dingman, and don't come to my house." But still, he shamelessly comes to their house for dinner at night, and he had also brought a gift for Dad. At this too, Dad starts scolding him, "You don't even have a job. Then where did you get the money to bring such an expensive gift?" Dingman feels bad hearing all this and tells them to be quiet. But Dad says, "I know that Dingman gave you her card, and you brought this with her money, because you don't have the capacity to buy such expensive gifts." Hearing their words, Dingman gets even more angry and tells them to be quiet, but they don't stop. Because they knew Yan Wailun very well. Dingman gets angry and starts to leave the house with Yan Wailun, but Yan Wailun doesn't let her do that. Because if she leaves the house, she won't get a single penny from her dad. And he is with Dingman only for the money. He tells Dingman not to leave the house, so she tells him, "I am selling my art gallery and will transfer 3 million to you. You can use them as you wish." Now this is all Yan Wailun wanted, so he becomes very happy and hugs her. Then we see Su Fei, and a flashback is shown that when Ning's husband had asked her to convince Ning, she had not said anything. But coming home, Su Fei had called and refused because Ning is her friend, and she doesn't want to use her for business. Then Su Fei comes to meet her client, Yang Kai, and Yan Wailun and Dingman also come there. When they both see Su Fei there, they come to her, but seeing them, Su Fei starts to leave. So Yan Wailun tells her, "Why are you so afraid to face me? We can have coffee together if you want." Then Su Fei also sits with him. Su Fei's client, seeing them both, tells Su Fei, "This is your ex-husband and mistress." Dangman feels very bad about Yang Kai's comment. Then Yang Kai starts telling them that I have launched a dating app. You guys can also use it, because if you guys are single in the future, it will be useful to you. And then he starts telling Su Fei, there are some people who pretend to be single and fool other girls, and our app catches such people. Now Yan Weilun couldn't bear his words, so he starts saying bad things about Su Fei's character. So Yang Kai tells him, I have known Su Fei for a long time and I also like her. Yan Weilun tells them that they are going to get their wedding dress. At this, Yang Kai says, you two are quite fast. And then there's this Su Fei who is so slow. What can I say? I even approached her several times, but she always rejects me. Then Yan Weilun tells Su Fei, if you want to lose your daughter and ruin your reputation in your social circle, then stay with him. After they both leave, Yang Kai praises Su Fei's cool behavior. Just then, Su Fei finds out that Yang Kai has recorded all of her and Yan Weilun's conversation. Su Luo had started to like Ning a lot, and he had also developed a very good bond with her son. The next day, he comes to meet Ning with flowers because he is going to propose to Ning. But there, he finds out that he has made a big mistake, because both Ning and her son are allergic to flowers, due to which their condition becomes quite bad. Then Su Luo picks up his flowers and leaves from there and puts 2 tickets in the door handle and leaves after talking to Ning about it. Then Ning goes to the park with her son and Su Luo, for which Su Luo had given her the tickets. There they both have a jumping competition and enjoy a lot. Tired from jumping, they both lie down, and Su Luo starts confessing his feelings. Ning hears everything but doesn't reply. Su Luo comes close to her to see her, but she pretends to be asleep so that he thinks she didn't hear anything. And Su Luo thinks the same. That's why at first he is a little upset seeing Ning asleep, but then she looks very cute to him while sleeping, so he starts smiling at her. Su Fei comes to the office to meet her client Yang Kai, and he asks her to have lunch with him. Seeing his hot pot, she remembers that this is the same hot pot person she used to see from her window. Then she sits with him and starts eating hot pot. But Yang Kai was repeatedly interrupting her, saying to eat like this, not like that. At this, Su Fei gets angry and starts to go back and comes to her office. But Yang Kai packs the food and parcels it to her. Su Fei's brother comes to the office to meet her, and he tells her about Ning. He says, I have started to like Ning. But Su Fei tells him maybe Ning doesn't trust things like love. She also tells him she has a lot of problems in her life. So Su Luo wanted to know what problems she has in her life, but Su Fei doesn't tell him about it. Su Luo comes to Ning's son's school where they all had a photo shoot, and Ning's ex-husband Pang Xin was also there. Su Luo only knew about him that he was Ning's son's uncle. Seeing him there, Su Luo didn't feel good at all, and he feels even worse seeing him near Ning's son. Just then, Pang Xin comes to him and says, "Thank you for taking such good care of my son." Now hearing this from his mouth, Su Luo was quite shocked. Then, Ning comes to school to pick up her son and finds out that Su Luo has quit his job. She understands that Pang Xin must have gotten Su Luo fired from the school because he didn't like Su Luo being with his son at all. When Ning comes home, Su Luo comes to meet her and asks about his proposal, but Ning refuses him. After this, she goes to Pang Xin's office to meet him. He is busy in a meeting, but seeing Ning there, he asks everyone to go out and then asks Ning, "Did you come here for Su Luo?" So Ning says, "Yes, your suspicion is correct," and then says, "It will be better if you stay away from the people who are close to me. Otherwise, I can also come to your house." He tells Ning, "Take my son and go somewhere far away from here. For this, I will give you a lot of money, and there you will get everything that a girl dreams of." But Ning doesn't like any of his words. She scolds him a lot, and just then, Pang Xin's wife arrives there. And seeing Ning there, she starts asking her, "Who are you?" So Pang Xin tells her, she has come for a job interview. To which Ning says, "But I don't want this job anymore, because it doesn't suit me." And saying this, she leaves. Then we see Yan Weilun, who had come to meet his girlfriend Ding Man's dad, because they both are getting married, and they come to get Dad's permission for it. But Dad gets angry at hearing this and doesn't give them permission. He tells Yan Weilun, "You want to marry Ding Man because you know she is my daughter and she is very rich, and you are with her only for her money." Yan Weilun tries hard to convince him that it's nothing like that. He is not with Ding Man for money, but he loves her very much. But Yan Weilun was a colleague in their company, due to which they know him very well. And they tell Yan Weilun, "If you want to get married, you can, but I have one condition, that you will not register the marriage." So Yan Weilun says, "Okay, but if you give me a job in your company, then I will have no problem in accepting this condition of yours either." After drinking with Ding Man's dad, Yan Weilun was going back home when he sees Su Fei sitting in a restaurant. She was waiting for Ning to arrive. He comes there and starts talking to her and says, "If you roam around outside so late at night, then who takes care of my daughter? So you give me her custody." He starts saying bad things to Su Fei when Ning comes there, and hearing his words pushes him away from Su Fei. At this, Yan Weilun gets angry and starts saying bad things to Ning too, and says, "You two are the same kind of women. You couldn't marry Pang Xin yourself, so you ruined my married life." Su Fei also gets angry that Yan Weilun was talking so badly about her friend, and she slaps him. But after this, Yan Weilun also starts hitting her, so Ning picks up a bottle to hit him, but Su Fei stops her from doing so. And then Yan Weilun leaves from there, and they both start having dinner. They were talking to each other, and Ning tells her, "When I was having an affair with Pang Xin, I didn't know that he was already married. He cheated on me and ruined my life. And when I found out about his marriage, I was pregnant. Sufei consoles her, and then Ning says, Pang Xin's wife has now come back again. Then the next day, Sufei receives an invitation card for Yan Weilun and Dingman's wedding, which surprises her a lot, thinking, what kind of husband is Yan Weilun who is ready to invite his ex-wife to his own wedding? Does he want to create some drama there? He had also invited Ning to his wedding, so Sufei and Ning attend the wedding together. There, Dingman's dad starts talking to Sufei and tells her, I am doing this wedding because I am forced by my daughter's stubbornness. Otherwise, I don't trust men like Yan Weilun at all, and I don't like him either. And he starts explaining to her, please don't create any scene here. Sufei is about to say something to him when Yankai comes to her and tells Dingman's dad, Sufei is my girlfriend. It's my. Yan Weilun was quite surprised to see Yankai and Sufei there. He was thinking what Sufei was doing at his wedding when Dingman tells him, I invited her. Then their wedding ceremony starts, and while exchanging rings, Sufei gets quite upset seeing them because she still has some feelings for Yan Weilun in her heart. After the wedding ceremony is complete, Dingman looks at Sufei as if she is telling her, see, your husband has come to me and I have won against you, but she didn't know what kind of person she had chosen. Yan Weilun comes to the washroom, and Yang Kai is also there. He gets jealous seeing him and starts asking him about his and Sufei's relationship, and he also badmouths Sufei to Yang Kai. She is a very bad woman. That's why I divorced her. But Yang Kai, without listening to any of his words, advises him to focus on his wedding. Now, Yan Weilun doesn't like this attitude of his at all, and he starts fighting with him. He dunks his face in the water. After sorting out the fight, Yan Weilun comes out to Dingman. They were meeting their guests when Yang Kai comes in front of them and starts insulting Yan Weilun, saying, why are you eyeing my girlfriend now? She is not your wife anymore. And he says, Yan Weilun tried to flirt with Sufei even on his wedding day. That's why she has gone somewhere and I can't find her. Just then, Dingman's dad tells him, Sufei is on that side. After insulting Yan Weilun a lot, he defames him in front of everyone and leaves. Two of Sufei's colleagues also come to protect her. And seeing the bodyguards with him, Ning goes back there. Yan Weilun, holding Dingman's hand in front of Sufei's table, thanks all the guests. Seeing this, Sufei again remembers the moments spent with Yan Weilun. She gets very upset about this. After attending the function, she comes to drink with Yang Kai. There, she drinks a lot and is not in her senses at all. Yang Kai, while handling her, takes her to a taxi and then asks for her home address. But Sufei was so drunk that she couldn't understand what Yang Kai was asking her. That's why she doesn't tell him her address either. Then Yang Kai turns on her phone with her finger and starts shooting with the camera recording on. When Sufei regains consciousness, she is in a hotel room with Yang Kai and is very shocked to see herself there. She quietly gets up, picks up Yang Kai's phone, and then opens his phone lock with his fingerprint. Yang Kai, who had already woken up, understood what Sufei was doing, but still he pretends to be asleep. Sufei didn't trust him, so she checks his phone, but there was nothing in it except pictures of food and drinks. She keeps the phone there and quietly starts to leave, so Yang Kai tells her, I haven't taken any pictures of you that you were inquiring about. You can trust me. Sufei asks him, did you take advantage of me? So Yang Kai says, you were drunk and I didn't have your address. That's why I brought you here. He then asks her to have lunch, but Sufei refuses, so he says, this came from your money. This breakfast, this room, I have paid for all of this using your credit card. Hearing this, Sufei gets a little angry and hits his hand before leaving. She comes to the office and opens her laptop and sees that there was an email from Yang Kai which contained his business proposal. She reads it and likes his idea. And then she takes his favorite hot pot as a gift for him and also brings medicine for him because she had hit his hand quite hard. Then she apologizes to Yang Kai and starts talking about work. She says, I liked your business proposal, so we can work on it. But he tells her, in this proposal, 70% of the profit will be mine and 30% will be yours. Sufei gets angry at this and refuses before leaving. But after this, Yang Kai calls her again to talk about this. And after a lot of discussion, they both agree on 60-40. Their idea of doing business together is very good, and they make a very good profit in a very short time. Then we see Ning, who was missing Su Luo a lot, so she starts watching his video during work time. Su Luo had gone hiking and was making videos from there and posting them online. Sufei, while going home from the office, checks her phone's gallery and finds out that Yang Kai had recorded everything from her car to the hotel room and even of her sleeping. When she was drunk, she had troubled Yang Kai a lot and had spilled a glass of water on herself. That's why Yang Kai had called the hotel staff and had her dress changed. Seeing all this, she felt very bad for Yang Kai because she had misunderstood him and had said a lot of bad things to him. And that's why Yang Kai had recorded every moment on her phone. Then we see Suluo, who has returned from hiking and has also brought a girl with him whom he calls his girlfriend. But Su Fei and An Ning were suspicious about this because she didn't look like his girlfriend at all. She would hug Suluo at every opportunity. She tried to stick to him. Seeing them, it seemed like they were both acting. But still, An Ning felt bad seeing him. Su Fei was understanding An Ning's condition, so she tells her, if you like someone, go and tell him about your feelings. Otherwise, it will be too late. But An Ning was very scared of her past. She thought that Suluo might also get into trouble because of her. Su Fei tells her, you should listen to your heart and do what your heart says because everyone deserves a chance. It is possible that if she gives someone another chance, her life may not be the same as before. And it is not necessary that everyone will cheat on her. Yan Wailun moves into the apartment with Dingman, which was right next to Su Fei's flat. Now, because of this, her daughter also comes to meet her dad without telling Su Fei. When Su Fei looks for her and can't find her, she understands that she must have gone to Yan Wailun's, and she comes there looking for her, and then she takes her with her. Su Fei's daughter tells her, I know my dad made a mistake, but still he is my dad, so I want to meet him. Understanding her condition, Su Fei also gives her permission to meet her dad. She tells her, if you want to meet him, I won't stop you. Just talk to me before you go. She also agrees to this. At Pang Xin's request, Yan Wailun comes to Su Fei's company because Pang Xin's company was working on a project with Su Fei's company. He sends Yan Wailun to Su Fei so that he can put pressure on Su Fei. Actually, Pang Xin wanted to scare both Su Fei and An Ning so that somehow An Ning would give in to the pressure and agree to his terms and go abroad with her son, so that he could also meet her. They wanted to stop An Ning from working, but Su Fei and Yang Kai do not agree to this condition. Su Fei and An Ning come to a restaurant for dinner, and Su Luo also comes there with his girlfriend. There they were acting like a couple, but their acting was so bad that Su Fei says, my brother doesn't know how to act at all. After hearing Su Fei's words, An Ning comes to meet Su Luo, and Su Luo tells her that he is going to marry his girlfriend. An Ning feels a little bad hearing this and says, I came here at your sister's request, and I am happy to see you both together. Su Luo's girlfriend tells An Ning, I want to challenge you to see which of us can win Su Luo because I know that you also like Su Luo. To this, An Ning says, love and marriage are not a child's game. This is not a competition where you challenge the other person and ruin it. Here we find out from a flashback scene that Su Luo had told An Ning, I can never leave you, nor will I ever cheat on you. I have just brought a fake girlfriend to make you jealous. But An Ning had gone to him and foiled his drama, and now Su Luo was thinking about how to tell An Ning about this. Yan Wailun was working with Su Fei on behalf of Pang Xin's company. He tells Su Fei to fire An Ning from the job, but she doesn't listen to him. She knew that if she didn't listen to Pang Xin, he would create problems for her company. But she was ready to do anything for her friend. A colleague of Su Fei, who had become very good friends with her daughter, gifts Su Fei a necklace, and Su Fei understands why he is doing all this, so that he doesn't waste his feelings on her. Su Fei explains to him beforehand not to waste his feelings on her, because she doesn't like him, and he was also younger than her. Then Su Fei explains to him, life is very big. Don't make it difficult for both of us. He understands her point and then tells her that Yang Kai also likes you. At this, Su Fei is completely shocked. She asks Yang Kai about this, and he asks, what's the problem with that? I am a mature person and handsome too, so you can give me a chance. But Su Fei gets angry and leaves. On the other side, Su Luo tells An Ning that he doesn't have a girlfriend. She is just his friend, and he brought her here to make her jealous. He says, I have liked you from the beginning, and hearing his words, An Ning says, I want to tell you something about myself, but I will tell you after the event. An Ning was practicing dancing when a person brings the media there and starts telling them, An Ning is my wife, and we also have a child whom she has run away with. This news spreads everywhere, making An Ning a public figure, and this was the talk of the town. An Ning understands that all this was done by Pang Xin. He wants to send An Ning abroad by any means. An Ning is very hurt by all these things and tells Su Fei that she is leaving the company. So Su Fei tells her, if you can't be strong and face such problems, then you have no right to be called a mom. An Ning starts crying at her words, so Su Fei hugs her and consoles her. She tells Su Fei, when I found out about Pang Xin's marriage, I was pregnant, so I was leaving the city. And there I met my old classmate. He assured me, I am ready to accept you as you are, and I will always support you. And then I trusted him and married him. After marriage, Chrysa, when my son was born, he would blackmail me with my son, due to which I had to give him all the money I had earned through my hard work. I thought he would change, but when that didn't happen, I secretly took my son and left from there. Hearing all this, Su Fei assures her, I understand the problems you have faced before, and I am with you. Now we will face these problems together. An Ning is quite motivated by her words. When An Ning goes out of the house, Everyone is talking about her. She goes to drop her son at school and some ladies surround her and start questioning her. Just then, Sulo comes there and takes her out from among them and brings her to his house. He explains to An-ning, people will soon forget all these things because then they will have another story, so you don't need to worry. Then An-ning goes to meet Pang Shin at his request. He tells her, listen to me and take our son abroad. I will protect you both there and take care of you. If you stay here, you and the people with you will be troubled because of you. So An-ning also decides to go with him, and she goes to meet Su-fei for the last time, and then they have dinner and then start drinking and talking. After talking to her for a little while, An-ning goes to her daughter and tells her to take care of her mom after she leaves. She says, I am going to leave here with my son soon. The next day, An-ning goes to the airport with her son, where she was going to go abroad with one of Pang Shin's maids. But before checking out, she takes her son and leaves from there. Because Su-fei's daughter had told her, my dad has his wife, but my mom only has you who is supporting her. So please don't leave her. She needs you. That's why An-ning cancels her plan to go abroad. She comes back and tells everyone about her past life, due to which all the people who were against her after knowing her truth start supporting her. An-ning was talking to Su Luo on the phone when she hears some noise and thinks that Su Luo has had an accident. So she gets very scared and immediately goes to the hospital and starts looking for Su Luo. But she has a misunderstanding that something has happened to Su Luo. Just then, Su Luo comes from behind her and calls her. She hugs him as soon as she sees him. Su Luo tells her, the noise you heard was of someone else's accident, and his condition was very bad, so I had to bring him to the hospital. And Ning is very happy to see Su Luo fine and kisses him. Then they both come back from the hospital and take great care of each other as if they are now a couple. Then Pang Shin calls An-ning and says, if you have come back for that boy, then give me my son back. And Ning tells him, don't even think about it, because from the beginning, An-ning has raised him and brought him up. And in the end, he cannot take him. Then An-ning goes to Pang Shin's wife and tells her the whole truth. But his wife also supports Pang Shin. She tells An-ning, either you go abroad or give Pang Shin his son back. But An-ning does not listen to her. Due to An-ning's live video, Su-fei's company's loss also starts to recover. And then An-ning comes back to work, where Su-fei gives her a very good welcome. Su-fei goes to her daughter's school with Yang Kai to pick her up. Seeing Yang Kai there, her daughter's mood gets spoiled. She thinks that after her dad, now her mom will also marry someone else. That's why she gets angry with her mom and leaves. She goes to her dad's house to meet him, but from outside, she hears Yang Kai and Ding Man fighting. He was hitting Ding Man. Hearing this, she gets very scared and comes home and sits in her room. Yan Wei-lun was fighting with Ding Man because he had earned money illegally using Ding Man's dad's name. When Ding Man starts questioning Yan Wei-lun about this, he starts hitting her. Ding Man somehow gets out of there and then meets An-ning. Seeing her condition, An-ning brings her to Su-fei's flat. Su-fei comes to her daughter and, seeing her scared, stays with her. In the morning, Su-fei goes to Ding Man, and Ding Man tells her, you must be happy to see me in this condition, right? So Su-fei says, I know very well how much it hurts to be the wife of such a person. Then Ding Man apologizes to Su-fei and thanks her for her help. Su-fei's daughter asks her, is my dad not a good person? So Su-fei tells her, you can make your dad a better person. Then they both plan to spend the weekend together. They both go for a walk, shop, and also enjoy a lot. After this, Ding Man also goes back to her parents' house. She apologizes to them, and they also forgive her and let her stay with them. Then we see Su-fei's daughter, who is sitting in her school's playground. Just then, she gets a message from her dad, who tells her that he has broken up with Ding Man and wants to spend time with her. He calls her to meet him at the same place where she used to meet him before. Then we see Yan Wei-lun, who was waiting for his daughter somewhere. After a long time, his daughter comes there. He quickly brings her chocolate and ice cream. She tells him, I came here right after my painting class, but uncle will be coming to pick me up. Yan Wei-lun tells her, I think you have become very weak, and I missed you a lot. So she says, don't treat me like a child and make me stupid. So Yan Wei-lun says, why are you saying that? Dad has never lied to you? She says, you lied to me, to mom, and to Auntie Ding Man. You tried to be good in front of everyone, but you are not good at all. So Yan Wei-lun asks, who told you all this? Tell me, who told you this? So she says, no one told me. I understand it myself. Yan Wei-lun feels very sorry hearing this. And then he says, you never liked me and Auntie Ding Man being together. And now that I have left her, why are you saying this? So she says, I used to be naughty on purpose, but my teacher told me today that we should only forgive those who are honest. So Yan Wei-lun says, if you forgive me, that will be enough for me. So she says, first you have to promise me that you will not make such mistakes again. And if you don't promise, then I will not forgive you. Then she asks Yan Wei-lun, Daddy, do you want to be a good person? Yan Wei-lun slowly nods his head in agreement, and she says, okay, from now on, never hurt mom. When you do that, I also get hurt. Hearing this, Yan Wai-loon gets emotional and tears come to his eyes. He tells her that Dad doesn't want to hurt you. Then she also says while crying, Dad, maybe Mom will never come back to you, but I will always be your daughter. You will always be my dad. I came very late today. Please forgive me for that. Yan Wai-loon wipes her tears and hugs her. Then we see Su-fei, who comes to a restaurant to meet Ding Man at her invitation. Ding Man tells her, for what I did to you, I have also received a good punishment, but I have also experienced a lot from it. I hope that I will never be deceived in the future. I am responsible for my own mistakes. Su-fei says, Yan Wai-loon can't escape from all this either. One day, he will also be punished for his mistakes, and you don't need to apologize to me. Whatever I had with Yan Wai-loon ended a long time ago. But still, Ding Man starts apologizing to her again. She says, I could only bear this for a short time, and then I realized how much pain you have gone through. I will have to bear the punishment for all my mistakes. This is what should have happened to me. Then we see An Ning, who comes home and is very happy and shocked to see the decorations there. She starts looking at each and everything very carefully. All the decorations were done by Su Luo to propose to her for marriage. He had also put up photos of the moments spent with An Ning there. There, she hears a voice recording of Su Luo in which Su Luo had said, An Ning, do you remember? When we played a basketball match together, I fell in love with you at first sight. Maybe that time was not so important for you, but I regret that I didn't know you before and why I didn't protect you before. I will always remember the day when in the lane in front of your house, you rejected my proposal. That was very painful for me. But before this incident, I didn't know much about sad feelings because I had never felt that thing. But with your arrival, I have felt sadness and happiness very well. You have taught me to understand my feelings. When I left everything and went away, it was not because of you, but I regretted that I could not do anything for you that would make you fall in love with me. This picture, this painting is what is in my mind. This is a picture of the moments when I spent quality time with you. I now want to be the person who is always with you and can never be separated. After all this, Su Luo comes in front of her with flowers, and Ning, who had already accepted his love, was just smiling at him. Then he gets down on his knees and proposes to her, and Ning also says yes to him. Then Su Luo puts a ring on her finger and they both hug each other. Then we see Su-fei's daughter in a restaurant. Yang Kai was telling her, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, so will you marry me? Here we find out that Su-fei's daughter has fixed a date for her mom with Yang Kai, and she is making Yang Kai practice how he has to talk in front of her mom. She asks him, do you know what things you have to say to mom when I call you for a date? So Yang Kai says, yes, if you make me practice, everything will be fine, and I will be grateful to you for this. Then she says, if I tell you to leave my mom's life forever, will you go? So Yang Kai says, I won't be able to force myself. Let me tell you, I am like a helpless kite in the sky, and the string of that kite is tied to your mom's hand. Where I will go depends on her mood. Saying this, he asks, did you understand? She shakes her head no, so Yang Kai says, okay, forget it. Then she says, after meeting you, my mom is now better than before, and that's a good thing. So will you marry my mom? Yang Kai says, we can't decide everything in advance. So she says, but you have to tell me all this in advance. If you pass my test, I will help you talk properly in front of my mom. Then we see An Ning and Su Luo coming home with their son after shopping. All three of them were happily going towards home. There we see that Pang Xin was sitting in his car, watching them very intently. Then he gives a slight smile and leaves. Just then, An Ning also turns back and sees his car leaving, but then Su Luo calls her, and she leaves. Then we see Yan Wai-loon, who was thinking about his mistakes in the past, and he was very upset. The next day, he comes to school to see his daughter. She was doing exercises with all the students in the ground, and Yan Wai-loon stands at the door and starts watching her. There were tears in his eyes, but he was happy to see his daughter. When her eyes fall on her dad, she says hi to him. Yan Wai-loon tells her to concentrate on her exercise. He remembers some moments spent with his daughter, and he starts crying. And in anger, he is hitting his head on the door as if he is regretting his mistakes. When her exercise is complete, she quickly comes to the door to see her dad, but Yan Wai-loon had already left. When she is leaving school, the watchman gives her a letter and says, your dad left this for you. She reads it, in which Yan Wai-loon had written, Dad misses you a lot. In the last 6 months, I have hurt you a lot and have not spent time with you. I feel sad for all this. She is reading the letter when Su-fei comes there, and she gives the letter to her mom and starts crying after reading it. Su-fei also reads the letter. On the other side, we see Yan Wai-loon, who was going somewhere in his car. Su-fei was reading the letter, in which Yan Wai-loon had written, in this world, you are the only one left who trusts me. And for you, I will correct my mistakes. You study hard, enjoy your life, and be happy. Your happiness is my biggest wish. If you ever get angry, you can take out all your anger on my photo. and never marry a person like me. Reading all this, Su Fei also gets emotional and starts calling Yan Wei-lun, but he was not picking up her call. He was just going somewhere. He himself didn't know where he was going, but after going quite far, he stops his car and picks up the call and starts crying. At night, Su Fei comes to a place to meet him, and Yan Wei-lun apologizes to her for his mistakes. Su Fei says, correct your mistakes and become a good person, because for your daughter, you will always be her dad. The next day, Yan Wei-lun goes to the police station and confesses all his crimes, and he is sentenced to 5 years. Then Su Fei comes to a hotel where Yang Kai is also there. Her daughter had fixed a date for them. Because she wanted her mom to move on in her life and always be happy, they were also happy to see each other here. In the next scene, we see that Su Fei and An Ning had left their son and daughter with Yang Kai and had gone for work. And they both were troubling Yang Kai a lot. That's why Yang Kai scolds An Ning's son, so Su Fei's daughter says, he is my brother. If you dare to threaten him, I will call my mom right now. Far away, we see Su Fei and An Ning in the car. They were coming back talking about their project. Su Fei asks her, what do you think? Can Yang Kai take care of both our children alone? At this, An Ning starts laughing. On the other side, we see Su Luo, who had come to select a wedding dress for An Ning. The lady there tells Su Luo, your choice is very good. You have selected the most beautiful dress from our shop. Then she says, please call your wife. She can try it on. So Su Luo says that she has gone to work. The lady says, to see it properly, it would be better to wear it and try it on. Over there, Su Fei tells An Ning, I am very tense. I have given Su Luo the task of selecting a wedding dress. Just then, An Ning gets a message on her phone. She opens it and sees that Su Luo has sent her a photo of himself wearing that wedding dress. Seeing this, they both start laughing. Su Fei says while laughing, hey, what is he doing? But look, the wedding dress looks quite good on my brother. Ning also starts laughing at this. Then Su Fei says, you are very lucky. My brother is even ready to wear girls' clothes for you. And then, with this sweet moment, the drama has a happy ending.